Hi, everybody. Welcome to my lesson. This lesson is about a geometrical question. Here is the question. I have two vectors, P and Q. The angle between P and Q is theta. The sum of P and Q is the resultant of the two vectors has this magnitude. This is the magnitude. Inside the square root, the P and Q also means the magnitude of P and the magnitude of Q. The whole thing is magnitude. Now, next, if I change the angle between the P and the Q, and the angle now becomes 90 minus theta. If the angle is no more theta, the angle becomes 90 degrees minus theta. Then the resultant, the magnitude of the resultant is the magnitude of the resultant becomes this. Again, this P and this Q just means the magnitude of P, magnitude of Q. These are given information. What do we want to do? We want to prove that tangent theta is we want to prove tangent theta is m minus 1, m plus 1. M is some number. m here, m is some number, it's a constant. Okay, we want to prove this. If this is true, given this is true, then I want to prove this relation. So how do you find the magnitude of the resultant of two vectors? I add two vectors p and q, so the resultant is the diagonal of this parallelogram. This is theta, this is the angle theta, therefore this is the angle theta. And then this is 180 minus theta. Using cosine law, the resultant R is R square. R square is P square plus Q square minus 2PQ cosine 180 minus theta. This is a cosine law. This is this case. The angle between P and Q is theta. So theta here, then this angle is 180 minus theta. Now for the next case, what is R square? What is R square? It's the same thing, P square plus Q square minus 2PQ. The difference between these two cases is the angle. For the first case, my angle is theta. For the second case, my angle is 90 minus theta. Okay. What is cosine 180 minus theta? It is negative cosine theta, which changes this to positive. So this becomes from here to here is just the relation between trig functions. Cosine 180 minus theta is negative cosine theta. So the negative changes this negative to positive. So it's this. How about this one now? cosine this minus that is negative cosine this. Negative changes the negative to positive. Is cosine this. What is cosine 90 degree minus theta? This becomes sine theta. So this is sine theta. Now the left-hand side, the first case, the resultant is this. So this is 2m minus 1 p squared plus q squared. And the second case is 2m. Oh, this first case is plus 1. The second case is minus 1. But this part is r squared, so I need to square this. Okay. Look, I have this relation with cosine theta. I have this relation with sine theta. I want to prove tangent theta equals this divided by this. Now I have cosine theta here, sine theta here, so I can find cosine theta and sine theta, and then divide sine theta by cosine theta, I get tangent theta. And hopefully I can prove what I want to prove. So let me erase to get some writing space. I can erase this part. I can erase this, I can erase this, because this is just this, and this is just this. So let me erase this. So I have cosine theta cosine theta is equal to this minus this divided by this. So I have cosine theta is this. Similarly, I can have sine theta Okay. Now I can find out what tangent theta is. Is this divided by that? This divided by that. You see that 2pq here, 2pq here, they cancel. So this divided by that is essentially the numerator here divided by the numerator there. The denominators cancel each other. So I have this. This divided by that is this fraction divided by this fraction, and the denominator of the two fractions are the same. Therefore, the denominators cancel each other. So I have this. Let's put a bracket around these two terms. Put a bracket around these two terms. So I put a bracket, then the negative becomes positive. Now you see I have two common brackets here. I can factor them out. So let me erase this. Factor the p squared plus q squared out. I get this, and then I can cancel that. I only have this part. So I have, I can factor this out. This is a squared minus b squared. So I have 2m minus 1 plus 1 2m minus 1 minus 1. I have 2m plus 1 plus 1. I have 2m plus 1 minus 1. Let's see. What do I have? I have 2m minus 2. I have 2m plus 2, and I have 2m. So 2m and 2m cancel. I have 2m minus 2, 2m plus 2. I can factor out the 2. Factor out the 2 in the denominator. Two and 2 cancel. So I have proved tangent theta is equal to m minus 1 divided by m plus 1. Therefore, that is a proof. It's not too complicated. It's just a geometry problem using cosine law. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next lesson. Goodbye.